Hello, hello, hello. This is Rich Kale here on YouTube, Rich Gen X elsewhere, and it is time to venture into the worlds of Myst again. This time going in what is canonically the penultimate chapter in the timeline that is the Myst games. We are going into Uru. One of the beautiful things about Uru is that you can customize your character, which you're going to see me do right now. I'm going to keep my character pretty much the same. Now, this is because you were able actually to play this online. However, that age has, of course, passed. I don't know if there is a way to play this online anymore. There was a free realm developed years ago. So let's go into Uru. We get a nice opening here.
Isha, last night your mother had a dream. The dream tells that the ancient Dunny city will grow again someday. New seekers of Dunny will flow in from the desert, feeling called to something they do not understand. But the dream also tells of a desert bird with the power to weave this new Dunny's future. We fear such power. It changes people. Isha, our desert bird. Your search seems to take you further and further from us. I hope what you find will bring you closer.
And this is where we arrive at Dunny. Well, arrive at the Cleft. The Cleft is a setting in which the Book of Atris begins, and the Book of Tiana also has some beginnings here. Because Tiana, Atris' grandmother, was initially with her father doing archaeological research when they came across this area. Now, you could switch here between first person, third person. I'm going to switch that way. Must remember that. That's important because when we get to doing the journey, which I'm going to do the journey here. That's important. Now we make our way through here, and we start getting treated to lovely music. I wish I could find this and download it. This is a lovely soundtrack, and I have copies of all the Myst soundtracks. In fact, I was surprised when I first found the Ribbon soundtrack years ago in a store called Sam Goody, and this one was down at a mall near where I went to college. I then found a copy of the soundtrack to Myst at a CD store very near to me here, where I live now. And now we meet Zondi. Hello, Zondi.
Hey.
Hey.
Welcome.
Yeah?
So, I'm Zandy.
Yeah?
I probably know more about why you're here than you do.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. You felt drawn here.
Yep.
Just like the others.
Yep.
I'm not really here to give you answers, just to give you help and get you started. She's left a message for you in the cleft. Listen to it well. Follow her.
Okay.
Find the journeys. And then enter the tree.
The journeys.
Oh, and check with me if you need help.
Okay. I'm not going to need help, Zondi. Except to get around there. But there's a journey cloth. Now, while we're doing our exploring, there's going to be key features that we're going to check out around here. Because it answers why everything goes full circle. For right now, we go down into the cleft. The history of the books and all that tie everything together lovely. Alright. So we first got to cross this bridge here. And the bridge collapses. It's a small fall. We're okay. However, we're going to have to climb and get up here. Now, over there's another journey cloth, if you saw it there. It's right there. Well, we're not worrying about that now. We'll get it then. So we have to get over here. Fall down here. Climb up here. Now, our next stop is in here. And, yep, the symbols are, as you can see, this is where you need your scribble stick, people. Your pencils and your scribble stick, because you got to write these down or remember them when you get back here. There's that symbol that we saw with Yisha in the opening scenes. We're going to have to come over here, because there's going to be a journey cloth there soon. Well, at some point. Now, what we're going to do here is I'm going to get this ready for us. Oh, it's almost ready for us. We only have to do this one. Because it's got to match what's over on the wall. See, it has to match what's over on the wall. Okay. Let's get back into first person, as it's a little easier for us for maneuvering around. We've got the door here. That will open or close the doors, but yeah, they don't work. Why? Because we have no power. Simple mechanism. Now this shaft connects to that little wind generator thing. So let's, Geronimo! We're okay. Myst games, it is traditionally very hard to die. And there's a good reason for that. Alright, we climb back out of the cleft. Now this cleft is where Tiana spent a portion of her life. As her father was an archaeologist and that. And she eventually moved back here with her family after the fall of Dunny. Now, without her husband, who was also named Atris, but it was spelled different. Read the Book of Tiana. Now, her son, again, did not like it, and eventually left to find out his heritage. And then when Yen had a child, because it disrupted his work into trying to recreate Dunny, he pawned young Atris off on Tiana. And Tiana taught him well. Now we go back up here. And one could spend a whole lot of time just exploring all this. There we go. We got a bedroom here and another journey cloth. I think the most important journey cloth will be the 6th one we go for. But now we get up here, because we have to re-reveal. Now, we will have a message from Tiana, which we will get in a few minutes. First, let's close this door. Now, we will get that in a few moments. That we will deal with later. Let's open this door. Alrighty, and now we push the button. Push the button. Whoa!
Oh yes, not in Dunny. They won't understand.
No, we don't understand Dunny.
Once again, the stream in the cleft has begun to flow.
Yeah?
It was dry for so long.
It was?
The water is flowing in from the desert.
Yeah?
The storm is coming.
What storm?
Have you heard of the city? The deep city, the ancient Uru?
No,
where there was power to write worlds. For thousands of years, the city lived beneath the surface. Keeper of the secret. Keeper of the power. Keeper of the ages. Always keeping.
Yep.
The city grew proud.
I believe it.
And then it died. The water flows where it wills. It seeks its own path uncontrolled, except that it flows downward, always downward.
Yeah.
Denis, the city of ages, of other worlds, died. But now it breathes again. It awaits.
Yeah.
Some will seek that destination, but you should seek the journey. It's as a fine tapestry, complex beyond comprehension, but now torn. We will show you remnants, pieces of the tapestry, pieces of the journey. Find these remnants, these journeys.
Okay.
Seven in each age. 7 here in the desert.
Okay.
Consider it a quest.
A quest?
No. A request. Worship. The water flows downward.
Yeah.
And there it pools and collects, and finally, once again, it reaches the roots. And the tree begins to grow again. I am Yisha. My parents brought me to this place.
Yes.
We will bring you.
Alright. So now we are on a quest to find all the claws. And that's the first one. Now there are 7. I'm still trying to figure out how she plays some of them. Obviously, she's not been out of commission for a while. Alrighty, since we got the first one, so we'll just floop, fall down. Well, we've already seen where one is. Other than that, we've seen where a few are. See, it's right here. So we're just going to push it. And there's another one. It was on the door that we had just closed. Well, that's a clever way to hide it. You know, I wonder if Yisha was the one who stopped the windmill from going. Must have been. Atris had always wanted to bring back the Dunny culture. Once he figured out the secret of the art, plop. Alright, so we now got 3. There's one more down at the bottom here, but we'll get that later. Because part of the journey is, of course, the discoveries. And this is important. I think this is probably one of the more important things. Now, I want you to know that my first experience with this was when a bunch of fans recreated, brought the server back, or so to speak, and a fan project created the Myst Online experience again. And I will definitely not be doing some of those. Well, there used to be, when they were getting together, you would have what they called a Relto run. And this is, in essence, basically getting some of those things, because while the Relto, no, not a Relto run, a door run they called it. And what it worked as was, there's the sign. Calling it a door run, it was basically these doors had to have a 7-tone sequence hit. The difficulty was that if it was one person, you literally had to, one, memorize where all the tones were, and then run back. And then run between them, remembering where each one was. And there's our next one there. Now we go to some of the revealing things. Now, if you ever played Myst, you know that Myst starts with Atreus saying, I didn't know where the book went when I dropped into the fissure. Star fissure. And that was in Riven. Well, Uru gives an answer. And that opening in Myst 1 is actually echoed at the end of the Book of Atreus, the first of the 3 Myst novels written. Now, here's item number 1. If you don't want to believe me on where it ended up, there was a skeleton there. And when you get close enough to it, if you played Riven, you saw me play Riven, and can remember, this is a skeleton of a wark. That cross between a whale and a shark. And that has our 6th cloth. Now, if you still don't believe me, look at this wreckage over here, this debris over here. Now, if you remember, if you played Riven or you watched my playthrough of Riven, this is the telescope that looked into the star fissure. This was the first thing to fall through when the age started to collapse. So for some reason, Riven collapsed and things fell through space, time and space, and landed here in Nevada. That means the Myst book fell through space and landed here in Nevada. How it survived coming in through re-entry, well, I don't know. But this gives you an idea of how complex this world has gotten, the Myst universe is. And it just basically reveals that Tiana, was either American or well-versed in English to begin with. And everything took place here. Started here. Now, if you're wondering what the deal with the volcano is, well, again, you have to read the Book of Tiana, because it reveals how it got there. Okay. And we can jump over gaps in this one. Jumping was not something we could do in Myst games. Alright. Okay. We're gonna cross this other bridge. Okay. Yay! And here we have another storeroom. It's not surprising. Oh, and we have a mechanism with a bucket here. Okay, so we're gonna have to lower it. And now we gotta get down there. We land in the water. And here it is. This is the last one. That stone also has that on it. Alright. So once we've hit that, we should be able to hit this and enter. Now, we go in here, and we're going to have our first experience. We're going to find a Relto book. I believe that's what it's called. Now look at that. All these symbols were... Look at them pulse. And there it is. This is the Relto book, and this will become our linking point to and from worlds and our way back to our sanctuary, the Relto. So we're gonna go here. And we are now in our Relto. Now there are discoveries you will make along the way that will really improve how this Relto looks. Got these 4 pillars here. They each have a mark on them. And we will eventually be doing those. I'm not going to do any of them today. Here is your hut. This is your little sanctuary. You cannot die if you somehow fall off this mini island in the mists. You will actually end up back on the island. This is in essence your hub. And like I said, you can improve this age with things you find throughout the ages. And let's take it from a first-hand point of view. Nice little serene place, isn't it? And this is your sanctuary, and you can actually, if you played this online, you could allow people to visit your Relto. You all had an age you linked to, call it your neighborhood, so to speak. So let's go in. Now, by clicking on here, you can change your appearance. These are the various ages that you can go to. And they were prepared to go a far way into this. I'm not going to go into that one. That would be your, quote, ages, and this is another one. I think that's a different area in the game. here is where your journey books will appear. And something should go here. They did have a lot planned for this. Now, we have some books here. The truth of a man is found in the darkness beneath the surface. Some light might reveal only what some men want to be seen. That's a good point. Laws contrived by the proud are their security and their undoing. Such laws make disobedience a virtue and obedience a sin. Only the way a man is when he is hidden is how he is. A shallow glimpse can deceive. Look deep, ponder, and recognize all that is hidden. When all is taken from one, the only hope that remains is what is given by another. Through this giving, both are redeemed. And that's the last, okay. And what's this green book here? Agria and Barin. There were some who came here thinking they could build the tree. But only a dead tree is built. Life cannot be assembled from remains. And now these builders are gone. What has happened to them? Are they now part of the remains, or have they become part of the tree? Well, I can't read this because I have a timer in my way. The great caverns breathes voices in places in the great void. The called continue their journey here, building or growing. It is their choice. One new book given to open up paths in the cavern. Given to pen up the origin, given to open up the origin, given to open up a glimpse of the future. Sorry, I had trouble there reading that. Now we have two other books here. Oh, what's this? What's Richard Cale's journal? Well then, that's something I got. And what we have here? Oh, what we got? Oh. I'm not going to try and read all this. This is very typed. Wisdom of the Maker. Each day, and they were added to the sections. Oh. Now, this is more books. I'm not going to read all this because some of this I can't necessarily read due to where I have a timer for my recordings here. Let me see. All right. Section 2. So no doubt all these books contain part of the history of Dunny. Now, I've looked at this one already, huh? Okay. Alright. So we gotta page through all of these. And let's face some facts. Wherever it says, pay attention because these are the numbers. These are actually Dunny numbers. You saw them in Riven, but they're actually of the Dunny. Alright, now you can always pause that and look at it. Let's just, let's make this place a little more homey, I think. See? And that is basically everything that's in this Relto. Now, when we return, we will be going into the first age that we will visit. And that's how this game really does work. But until then, this is Rich Kale here on YouTube. You should see I put full name Richard Kale because I was recording this early and I screwed something up, so restart. As always, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, check out some of the other playthroughs I'm doing. This one's going to be more, I'll probably be doing more narration and more talking because this is a very immersive world and you really should experience it. You should pick up Uru, you should enjoy this experience. That is the only thing I can tell you. It is an experience. Because I do not know if the fan developed online version is still active. It'd be nice if it was. But that being said, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and check out some of the other playthroughs I've done. I've played through Myst 1 through 4, and we're going to do Uru now. And once Uru is done, we will move on to the final Myst game, Myst 5, End of Ages. I'm also playing through other games like the Gabriel Knight series. I'm currently working on Gabriel Knight 2, Beast Within, as well as the classic Doom series. I'm working my way through Final Doom right now, and I'm also working through some point-and-click adventures such as Kathy Rain, A Detective is Born. Very good game. I'm enjoying it. Other games that have been on that I've done for those is I Have No Mouth and I'm a Scream. I did the demo of the Crimson Diamond. I can't wait for that one to come out. As well as Lure of the Temptress. That one was that was a freebie on GOG. And another freebie on GOG, Flight of the Amazon Queen. That is a riot. I suggest you play it. You'll get your good laughs out of it. I'm also working my way through the Tomb Raider series, currently working on Tomb Raider 3. And I'm working my way through the Sherlock Holmes series of games, currently working on Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments. I've reached the 3rd case in that game, in recordings. And I am also working my way through the horror that is Alien Isolation. And there's some other games that you will find on the channel if you want to check them out. As always, take care and have a good one. And next time around, we will be moving on to the next. We will move to another age. Goodbye, all.